Hey guys, this is Shelby with the Rogers Public Library. So our theme for Full Steam Ahead this week is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So I thought it might be fun to make a new bed and chair for Baby Bear. And so to do that, I just used some cardboard tubing and some popsicle sticks, and I hot glued them together. If you're not comfortable using a hot glue gun, you could also use a tacky glue, but this holds up a little bit better. But you'll need a grown-up's help. So we have here. This is the base of the chair, and this is the top. So we're gonna start off just by gluing these two pieces together. A nice bead. And then the popsicle sticks are the legs for the chair. So they're just regular popsicle sticks, and I broke them down into smaller pieces so the legs wouldn't be really tall. And these are the finished examples over here. They're a little bit bigger because I used larger size circles, and so I had to downsize when I used a toilet paper roll for these. So here's our chair. It's got 3 legs. It stands up just fine. Here we go. Yeah. So these, I painted them. I just used regular brown paint. And this is our bed. I did a little bit of gluing already. This is a piece of cardboard that I cut into a half of a circle, and then this is half of a toilet paper roll. I glued them together already. And now I'm going to glue it to this rectangle here. It's going to be the backboard of the bed, where you would put your pillow up against. So like that, just like this one over here. And then for the legs of the bed, I got a little bit creative. What I did is I rolled up pieces of cardboard like this so that they would be able to support the bed and help it stand up. So I'm just laying down a bead across across the center of the cardboard strips, and then I'm rolling it. It doesn't really matter how tight the roll is, because it's just, you can make it as tight as you want just so that it looks nice. These I'm doing pretty loose, but the ones for this bed, I made them a little bit tighter. It's personal preference. You see this one came unrolled. It looks like I didn't hold it together quite as long as I needed to during the gluing process. And if you do use tacky glue, you'll probably need to let things dry a little bit longer than I am, because of hot glue. It dries pretty fast. Just hold that one for a second. I'll put the glue down on this strip. So I'm gonna have to go back and re-glue some of this. The rolls are unfurling, but that's okay, you know. It's pretty easy to take those on and off if you need to. So yeah, once you get it this far, you'll just let them dry for a little bit and then paint them. You can paint them brown like I did, or you can get a little bit crazier. Our theme this week for Full Steam Ahead is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So I thought that maybe we could make something a little bit like porridge. Not quite porridge, but like it. It's called oobleck. You might have heard of this before. It's a little bit like slime. It's kind of gooey and messy. It's what's called a non-Newtonian liquid. So that means that sometimes it's solid and sometimes it's liquid, and it just depends on how you're holding it and how it's moving. So to make this, you'll take two parts cornstarch, which I've already measured out, and then 1 part applesauce, or you can also use water. Any liquid is fine. And you just mix it together. And it's going to be messy, you know. So you'll probably want to put on an apron or something just to protect yourself. And these ratios aren't exact. It's just, you know, depends on temperature and things like that. So you can see it's starting to form, even though, you know, we haven't mixed everything together. So I can pick it up all right, but as soon as it gets in my hand, it starts dripping out. So that's what we're talking about the chemical properties, where you can pick it up just like it was a ball, but then it kind of melts. You may have to play around with ratios, add a little bit more applesauce or a little bit more cornstarch, depending how it turns it out. But it looks like the first time around I got a pretty good mix going. So yeah, you know, this, you can taste it if you like. It's not very tasty, I'd imagine. You know, because it's got cornstarch in it. It's not just applesauce. I don't think I'm going to taste it now. Yeah. And I'm wearing gloves because I didn't want my hands to get messy, but, you know, that's up to you. If you like to get messy, then more power to you. Yeah, so that's our experiment for this week. Hope you guys had fun watching, and I'll see you next Thursday at 2.